Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the story of a company that honestly has completely reshaped the modern tech landscape. We're talking about NVIDIA, and we're going to trace how they went from a pretty niche hardware maker to an absolute foundational pillar of big tech. 92%. Just let that number sink in for a second. As of the first quarter of 2025, that is NVIDIA's massive share of the discrete desktop and laptop GPU market. In an industry that is literally defined by cutthroat competition, swallowing up 92% of the market is just wild. It's a rare level of consolidation. So how on earth did they pull that off? Well, to map out that journey, let's first look at exactly who they are today. Headquartered right in the heart of Santa Clara, California, NVIDIA operates as this absolute juggernaut of an American multinational technology enterprise. They are currently standing shoulder to shoulder with the absolute biggest tech giants on the planet. But, they definitely didn't start out with that kind of massive scale. If we rewind back to 1993, the founders, Jensen Huang, Chris Malachowski, and Curtis Priam, stepped into a completely different tech landscape. And back then, they had a very specific laser-targeted goal. Their original focus was actually super narrow. They just wanted to build graphics processing units, or GPUs, to make video game graphics look better. Fast forward to today, though, and it's a completely different story. They now operate as what they call a full-stack computing enterprise, meaning they aren't just cranking out a single component anymore. They're literally building the entire technological foundation from the ground up. And that full-stack approach, it goes way beyond basic graphics. Alongside those famous GPUs, they're developing systems on chips, which basically means integrating an entire computer system right onto a single circuit. Plus, they build application programming interfaces, or APIs. Think of APIs as the vital software bridges that let different programs talk to each other and actually use all that raw hardware power efficiently. By totally broadening their scope, NVIDIA's tech has basically become the engine for a massive chunk of modern industry. We're talking data science, high-performance computing, and, of course, the absolute bleeding edge of artificial intelligence. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. The exact same hardware that used to just render polygons in your favorite video games is now powering mobile devices, driving autonomous cars, and fueling the entire AI revolution. So to manage all this massive scale, they've smartly divided their product lines to tackle vastly different workloads. Over on the consumer side, you've got GeForce GPUs handling everyday gaming and creative tasks. But then on the flip side, their professional GPUs are heavily engineered for edge computing, hardcore scientific research, and massive industrial applications. Basically, they've built highly specialized tools for literally every level of computing you can think of. Which brings us right back to the ultimate result of that two-pronged strategy. Remember that massive 92% market share from Q1 2025? It literally leaves a tiny 8% sliver of the pie for everyone else in the discrete desktop and laptop GPU space. It's amazing to see a market entirely transformed by one single company's strategic evolution. So, here's the real question. With a 92% grip on the market and their tech already serving as the absolute bedrock for AI, supercomputing, and the automotive industry, what exactly is NVIDIA going to power next? Because when one company holds the keys to the hardware that literally runs the modern world, their next move, well, it shapes the future for all of us. Thanks for joining me on this explainer.